From the creators of Relevant Magazine, this is the Relevant Podcast.
They would never think of leaving. They were dreaming. We're dreaming. They were dreaming.
It's the week of Friday, October 13th, 2017. Friday the 13th. And it's the Relevant Podcast. I'm your host, Cameron Strang, and here with me in our still under construction Orlando studios, Eddie Big Cat Koffels.
What's up, man?
Over there on the ones and twos, our illustrious producer, my brother, Chandler Strang.
Look.
On the Skype line from Loverland, Virginia, Jesse Carey.
Hello, hello.
And joining us from Los Angeles, California, MC, poet, all-around good guy,
Pal.
propaganda.
Hey, West, it's on fire out here.
National treasure.
It is on fire out there. That's crazy.
Like not
It
even
looks like an Instagram filter outside. It's creepy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is it like approaching your home? Are you gonna be okay?
No, it's way far away, but
It's up in Napa
just
Valley.
the way that the wind, but there's some in Riverside or in Anaheim Hills too, which is Orange County, and it's like, there's ashes all over my street and car. It's pretty crazy. My daughter had to come home because she had allergies. It was pretty bad.
Oh, dear girl. That's no fun.
Wow.
Yeah,
Man, it's like
pretty
hitting
bad.
all the coasts. Everything. Left coast, right coast, everything's
Yeah.
getting pummeled
Yeah,
right
we
now.
can't like make fun of make fun of is the wrong word, but we can't look at like Florida and the East Coast and be like, I don't know why y'all live there. Look, y'all get pounded by hurricanes and such.
All that's
We're
left
on
is
fire
like
right
the
now.
state's on fire.
So, like,
South Dakota
Yes,
is
this-
the only one left. It's
No,
like
the only
see,
place safe now is a habitat under the sea, which the technology is just not there, guys. So we're in a lot of trouble.
Hey, how come like we were growing up like old school like books and stuff? Like there was like this fantasy that the future would have like underwater habitats and towns and cities, and they were like glass bubbles and like why didn't we do that?
Well, we're on our way with global warming.
we've really missed the mark. Our skateboards are supposed to hover by now.
Yeah.
Cars are supposed to fly. We're supposed to have cities underwater. Like, we really missed the mark.
I don't even have a robot made yet. You know, I feel like out of all the things on the Jetsons, that
Right.
was the most plausible, right? I mean, I didn't expect a tube to shoot through my house that would make any meal I want instantly. I didn't expect to live in a tower, way up in the sky and drive a sweet flying car. I would have liked all those things, but I didn't expect them. Rosie, the robot maid, seemed absolutely plausible. It seemed like the technology existed at the time if someone would just commit to making it.
Yeah, it seems like we get super excited over like Amazon same day delivery, and it's like we should.
We've lowered our standards.
Yeah, it should be. We should be able to just print out some new shampoo or whatever.
Well, I mean, the Jetsons, they press a button and there's a hot meal.
Yeah.
I mean, we're pretty close with HelloFresh.
Yeah, or you get to just like on a conveyor belt get into a shower. And to me, I felt like that was also plausible too. If you ever walk through an airport, they got the conveyor belt walking thing.
Yep.
I should be able to put one in my house, press a button, and the shower is set. Like, you could program the temperature and water.
It's like the shower happens to you. You don't shower as a verb. The shower is a thing that just... You're a car wash. It's a car wash.
Yeah, exactly. If they can do it for cars, why can't they do it for people?
Yeah. That's right.
The problem is the priorities are messed up. Is the issue?
They're trying to solve.
They're making
like,
stuff that no one wants.
They're trying to solve like global poverty and hunger and systemic issues. No,
and
we need-
traffic, trying to build a tunnel under California for traffic.
Yeah.
Hey, we have earthquakes.
Yeah.
I'm like, you're wasting your time.
Right. It's let's have a both and philosophy. We want to end, global hunger. We want to end slavery, the AIDS pandemic, cancer pandemic. But also,
we also want a bubble city under the sea.
Yeah, I'd like to be able to fax a hot dog or something.
Yeah, that's coming. 3D printing technology is that's looming. Like the idea of buying a product that was in a warehouse and it's being shipped to you.
Yeah.
Fast forward, we will just have devices like 3D printers in our homes that will create the thing. And as we also know, biomass is, they're 3D printing body parts right now. So 3D printing food is definitely on the horizon. So like you just kind of hit a button and boom. And so the Jetsons thing is happening. It's just what was going on behind that wall was 3D printers.
Right.
Yeah. But I guess my thing is, when I was a kid, I thought that lasers were going to be a much greater part of my life than they are now.
That's right.
I pictured lasers were going to be, pretty much everything I did, I was going to be utilizing a laser for. And I use lasers very little. And that's very depressing to me. Like, the future has disappointed me because of the lack of lasers in my daily life.
I had a science professor in my Christian school, 6th grade, that he let us take lasers home, like real big scientific lasers. And he would like warn us, like, don't look into it. You'll burn your eyes out. And so like I would concoct, like, those movies where like you'd set up the mirrors to like bounce the laser all around the room. So I would do that. That would be like what I'd do. Me and my friends would come over and we'd set up like laser mazes. And then you're always tempted to kind of look at the end of it just to see what.
Just for a second. Just see what happens. Like, he would be in his room with his buddies dressed in a tight black bodysuit and just go Catherine Zeta-Jones for like an hour.
That was always the dream, man.
Run it again.
Dude, that'd be so fun.
We have a great show in store for you today. Coming up later, Kristene DiMarco joins us. She has a new album called Where His Light Was. It's just released.
His probably being God.
That's right. It's a worship album. She's a worship artist.
Oh, that explains a lot of the interview because it was not clear, and I wish I had known that prior. But oh boy, I might need to re-record this one, guys.
Where His Light is or was?
Was, yeah. God's doing a new thing, man. He's moving.
God's doing a new thing. One of our favorite songs. God is doing it.
Yep.
Doing a new thing.
Hey, also, coming up after that, this is exciting. This is big.
Yes.
So, like, if you listened to last week's show, you heard part of Fun Therapy, a new Relevant Podcast Network show with Mike Foster, where he was talking to Jason Russell from Invisible Children. This week, we are giving you a first look at our next show coming out this fall on the Relevant Podcast Network. It's called Relevant is Doing a Sports Podcast, and it is starring, no kidding, Jesse Carey. Steve Carter from Willow Creek.
Ooh, we love Steve.
And
I got excited about that one.
And Chicago Bear Sam Acho. A professional athlete is hanging out with Jesse and Steve.
Now listen, Jesse, you know that I'm one of your biggest fans, but as you look at that lineup of three people,
one of these is doing his own thing.
It's like Jesse and then two other really accomplished, well, still pretty cool. Somebody's got to Jesse. Somebody has to record.
Listen, I'll say this. This is why this is a big thing. Listen while it lasts, because these two guys are going places. One of them is in the NFL. One of them works at the most influential church in America, and me. So, while they agree to do this, you're going to want to listen.
I think you need to go Stephen A with this, where you just say outrageous, outlandish things that you have no actual knowledge of, just to incite a reaction from people. I think that should be your role in the sports podcast.
We've been working on this. I mean, as Nathan Chandler can attest, for a while. So I've worked quite a bit with Sam and Steve, and what I've tried to do is immediately antagonize them with wildly personal insults right out of the gate. Most of the podcast. I've done research into their family, into their backgrounds. It's getting deep and it's getting personal and it's getting real hurtful because, embrace the debate. That's the ESPN thing. And I've taken it one step further, and I say embrace the deep personal insults and really dig into insecurities. It's good radio, guys. We don't even get to the sports.
Jesse, that's my philosophy when I go to Magic games and heckle the refs. I do my research. I know their family history. I know their sore spots, and I use it to my advantage. I think that's good broadcasting and good spectator rules.
It's broadcasting 101.
Jesse, now this Relevant is Doing a Sports Podcast it's going to be a humorous show, but there's also substance. We as a brand cover the intersection of kind of faith and culture. We're known for that. Obviously sports affects culture and impacts culture as much as entertainment and politics and anything else. So there's a lane there for us to talk about, not like recaps of this weekend's games. It's more that deeper cut, kind of Grantland-esque ethics and other things, but it's a fun listen. You guys are going to have guests coming on throughout the series. It's going to be a good show. I'm just telling people, even if you're not a sports fan, let me tell you the origin of this show. Shauna Niequist said to us, okay, guys, y'all should do a sports show. And I think it should be Jesse and these two guys I know here in Chicago.
In fairness, she did not ever mention Jesse.
And she said, I don't like sports, but I would listen to those three guys talking about sports.
Yeah.
and it was Steve and Sam and Jesse, and we said, well, let's see. And for last year, we've been working it out. When you got a professional athlete on your cast, you got some schedule limitations you got to work around. It all finally worked out, and literally Shauna Nyquist is the originator of this idea, so we're excited about it.
I will say this, and Cameron, I appreciate you setting the context for it, because this is I don't want people to think this is like X's and O's thing. We're not breaking down game film. This is fun, and like you said, it explores those interesting intersections, and we've done some development on it, and had some of the other team kind of give feedback. So Nathan and Chandler are not sports fans. I would say until about a year ago, Chandler, in my purview, was the least sports fan that I knew. But now he's getting to becoming a basketball fan.
Basketball.
All right, there you go. Nathan, who just moved here, lower than Chandler ever was. No interest at all. No interest at all.
And both of those guys, and I know they have to. I want you to be blunt right now. I don't go to sales mode. Be blunt. They've listened to a couple hours of our work. They were riveted. I'm going to put words in. I'm going to put words in both of your mouths. As not a sports fan.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Chandler, were you riveted?
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's going to be good, and it debuts. And coming up later on the show, you'll hear a piece of the genius. You will be riveted. It'll be memorable. It'll make the rest of the show just pale in comparison to that 8 or 10 minutes that's coming
for the rest
later.
of the content we have.
Hey, before we get into, in case you missed it, I have a little inside baseball housekeeping news.
Well, let me just help you out here. On social media this week, there was, I would say, something that went pretty viral. And
there are 9 likes on it.
I've never been part of anything viral, but this was, I didn't even know what was happening. At one point, I just threw my phone in the ocean because I couldn't handle
just turned off the
What happened was our old friend, Calvin Kearley, he used to be on this podcast.
A person that used to work at Relevant.
Right.
Friend
he
is...
made the announcent that he was coming back to Relevant. He was rejoining our staff.
And news to us. He spoke it into existence. He claimed his territory. It was an impressive. It was a bold move. And it worked.
In truth, he's a very gifted marketer. Very gifted.
Yeah, he's come back as our marketing director. He's back on our team. We're excited to have him back.
But he was also, at one point, a part of the show. Now, that was a history that we had to pretty well.
If you're a longtime listener, and we're going to go back to like 2012 era, 11, 12, 13, that era. Calvin was on our show, and he might be most remembered for the puns, the dry sense of humor, and when he would try to deliver a slice, it would always get him thinking. And if you remember that era, it was a golden era.
It was interesting.
It was an interesting era. Anyway, we wanted to welcome him back, say hi to everybody. Welcome to the Relevant Podcast once again, Calvin Kearley.
It's like I never left.
Now, you did leave, and it's important to note that because this is just
You're right.
Yeah, okay. So can you tell us, we had a real viral moment. It was insane. You tweeted that if 100 people retweet this...
Right. We broke the internet.
Yeah, if 100 people retweet this, we will. I will reappear on the show.
Right.
How many people?
And I want to tell you,
9 people. I was exaggerating.
It was as of this. It was 12. I wasn't one of them. Were you?
No.
Neither was the podcast. Nobody affiliated with the show retweeted it. And so there were.
I would say 6 I checked were bots.
Yeah, right.
Bots. Russian bots. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
3 of them were me. I set up new accounts.
Make America Great Again 748.
Thanks for that.
Was one of them. So I felt like there was some sort of appropriate response maybe due for the 12 people. What do you feel?
Well, yeah. I mean, look, I've been thinking about that, and I'll get to it. But coming in this morning, it's a new office, but it's great. It's kind of coming home again. Yeah. I noticed you guys took my picture off the wall. But that's okay. But it got me. It got me thinking a little bit about like the things that I've done in the last 5 or so years.
Yeah.
Okay.
But done a lot.
Yeah.
But they're not as interesting as the things I haven't done. Which I wanted to share with you.
Oh, please.
Haven't done?
Yeah. So I just thought about maybe 5 of the things that I haven't done in the last 5 years.
Yeah. So just catch it up.
I just want to catch you up.
You don't want to tell us what you've done or where you've been.
I'm a private person.
You just want to tell us, here's 5 things I haven't done.
Not
Correct.
done.
Okay.
Number 1. one. The first thing I haven't done. I haven't moved to Nashville.
That's surprising.
Everyone,
Congratulations.
Way to stand strong.
Way to stand strong from JV Hollywood. That's what that is.
Right.
Shady
Hollywood. That's all
West,
we'll ever
West.
call it now.
JV Hollywood.
I have
JV
watched
Hollywood.
Nashville though with my wife.
Yeah, well, that's fine.
Yeah.
Riveting.
Yeah.
Chandler's review. Because he reviews everything riveting, so I don't know if he likes this podcast, actually.
It was a show.
I'll tell you. I was in a coffee shop in Nashville, and Connie walked in.
Oh my
And
goodness.
it was a moment.
Yeah, Connie Britton.
Yeah,
I mean, that's amazing.
Yeah, it was everybody.
Friday Night Lights.
Everybody tried to play it cool, because it's JV Hollywood. They don't want to act like they're starstruck, but
you're
literally
freaking out.
everybody was watching her.
Yeah.
She's like the Angelina Jolie of Nashville. I mean, she is as A-list as they get in Nashville.
Yes, no, that's right.
Sure. I was thinking maybe more Jennifer Aniston of Nashville.
Oh, that
a little
might
more
be
accessible.
I understand. I get what you're saying.
I disagree, but continue.
I like to come in after 5 years and just pick a fight with Jesse is basically the goal. Another thing that I haven't done is I haven't moved to Waco.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not all places I haven't moved to. But I mean, with the whole fixer-upper thing, and sure, I'm glad to be only a home.
Well, and Colts, David Koresh, and all those
I
guys.
thought we were going Branch Davidian, and I thought, what a strange reference.
Well, the great thing about moving to Waco is you can buy the best house in the worst neighborhood, and you can actually turn that bad boy around. I've seen they really
I've
work
heard
some
some
magic
things.
down there. Yeah.
What else haven't you done in the last 5 years?
Another thing I haven't done is I haven't gotten my Candy Talk podcast network off the ground. And I was actually hoping that maybe today we could light
Were
that
you part
fire.
of that travesty?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
He was, I would say, a third of it. It was
You guys. It was when I was out of town.
Right. For those that are kind of new to the show, there was
Completely ruined it.
There was a little time when Cameron was not on the show for a little bit, and we basically messed it all up. And we created a side podcast that aired after the original podcast, and it was called Candy Talk, and it was Calvin and me and Jesse just talking about candy for a couple minutes. And I will say, objectively, as someone that was a part of it,
Yes.
it was awful. But we do love candy.
Right. That hasn't changed.
So our slogan still stands: "It rots your teeth, not your brain." And the other thing is, I appreciate Calvin's ambition because he doesn't. Calvin, you just don't want to launch a Candy Talk podcast. You got a whole Candy Talk network in the hopper.
Yeah.
Yes, I do. Yeah. There's a whole segment on Milk Duds, apparently. Another thing I haven't done is I still haven't joined Snapchat. I'm not going to. You can't make me.
But you probably have, though, right?
I have an account. I just don't use it.
You
got to lock down the name.
That's what they all say, right, Chandler?
Trademark 101.
Yeah.
The number one thing I haven't done is I haven't forgotten my fans.
Oh my goodness.
And that's why today I want to read out the names of the 12 people who retweeted me.
Are you really going to read out the names?
Yeah, I love them all equally. At Susan Q22, thank you.
You're reading their Twitter handle instead of their name?
Amy2832, you're the best. At Amanda923-10811.
Can you put some
which
music
she
in?
took because Amanda923-10810 was taken.
We're going to let Chandler bring up probably Every Heartbeat Belongs to You by Amy Grant.
Yeah, there it is.
I don't want to miss any, Eddie. At Beth_Larder.
So far, all ladies, very popular.
Beth is a great friend of the show.
I mean, well, let's change that. At Justin_Burr.
Oh, Justin Burr.
At Douglas Ogden. Man, you're the best. At Harmonica Jeff. Thank you. At Brian J. Albine. Brothers from Another Mother. At Doraitha Elvert. Cool name. At Rachel J. Strange. Not that strange. Appreciate you. At Josh Black. You're the best. And then to the people who just liked it, how dare you? That's just...
I'm just impressed Harmonica Jeff is on this train.
Well, welcome back, Calvin.
Thank you.
For those 12 people, you'll be excited to know that Calvin will pop in from time to time on the show.
I mean, I don't know.
Well, Eddie will determine this later.
Yeah, that was not, I wouldn't say that was your best return.
Do you overpromise, underdeliver?
That's how he lives his
the
life.
other way around.
I know. I'm gonna go ahead and put words in Chandler's mouth here. Riveting. That's what I call the last 12 years.
And to those 10 people that retweeted,
Those- yeah,
12
12.
people. Yeah.
I bet
that's
we
right.
might
We
get
had
to
to
the
One
12.
undersell.
Right.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for joining us, man.
Thanks for having me back. I'm
And,
excited.
no spoiler alert, but
Okay.
October 27th, Friday, October 27th.
Candy Talk.
you said it, not me.
I was like, what are you talking about?
If there's one time a year, we get the week of Halloween. I mean, candy's on the mind of America.
Oh, hold on. This worked for me recently, so 100 retweets and we'll do it.
And if not, I'll read every handle of every person
who didn't retweet it.
Right. Okay, we'll start our campaign.
Thanks for having me.
Well, moving the show along, it's time for our weekly look back at what happened in culture and entertainment. It's time for...
In case you missed it.
Hey, in case you missed it, this is crazy.
12 people retweeted Calvin. We might want to
there you go.
And here are those names again.
No, in case you missed it, this week, the Justice League trailer debuted, and I heard a familiar sound.
This blew my mind because I loved Wonder Woman.
Familiar voice.
Loved Batman.
But the music of the trailer was our very own friend, Michael Gungor.
How is that possible?
It's insane.
The clip racked up tens of millions of views since it was posted this past weekend, previewing Warner Brothers' next big action blockbuster. After its release, Michael Gungor revealed that he did the music, which features vocals from the band Gang of Youths, and said this is the first trailer he's ever scored. The teaser features a new arrangement of David Bowie's classic anthem, Heroes. Here's a clip.
I can't remember.
We're asking people we don't know to risk their lives.
Strong man is strongest alone. You ever heard that? That's not a saying. That's the opposite of what the saying is. Divided. We are not enough. The world needs Superman. I made him a promise. This is why I brought you together.
Crazy.
Dude,
I gotta say,
next
man,
level, man.
There's a saying among worship bands to where if you ever get to actually leave the island, and I could say, Michael, you've officially left the island, bro. Hey, you definitely threw a grenade in it. Threw a grenade on the bridge. So this is great. You've made it off the island. Look at you. It's official.
He's really, really talented. So my surprise is not in his ability, but it's just how do you land that kind of thing?
Yeah.
I mean, what do you just send a demo to DC?
Well, the other crazy thing, it's his first trailer. So it's I kind of want to start getting into scoring and doing movies. I bet, I'll go for the new Justice League trailer. That seems like a good way to break in here.
Crazy.
Good for him.
Hey, in case you missed it this week, Mark Cuban of Shark Tank fame and Dallas Mavericks fame says he's considering running for president.
Sure.
The billionaire entrepreneur was recently a guest on the podcast Viewpoint, which is hosted by former Democratic South Carolina State Representative Bakari Sellers, and was asked point blank if he's considering running for the nation's highest office. His response, yes. Considering, yes. Ready to commit to it, no. He joins a list of celebrities who have hinted that they might be running for president, including, this is for real, The Rock,
yes, we know.
Oprah, and Kanye West. Remember Kanye 2020?
Yeah, Oprah's not kidding, though. She's so in control of her brand, and she's retweeted a couple little things that are and she's not saying no.
Who wouldn't vote for Oprah?
Yeah.
I mean,
I literally think she might win with the landslide.
I think she would too.
If you had an Oprah Cuban ticket with Oprah at the top of the ticket, I mean,
I don't think you go that way. I think you go Oprah, and then she would get somebody with a little political pedigree.
Yeah. Probably a Cory Booker.
Sure.
Yes.
Or even a Hillary Clinton or something. Just somebody with proven chops in legislation and government. And then
I'm against that. I say get someone with no political experience, that their main experience is in reality television, because what could possibly go wrong? I mean, it seems like the ideal thing. It seems like the ideal thing for a complicated democratic republic to do, that's marred in numerous global conflicts and has the most important economy in the world. To put someone that has a temperament of a toddler that his only experience is in firing people on TV.
See, if you would have tweeted that, ESPN would have fired you.
Yeah.
Exactly. Or at least
We would have
suspended.
doubled down and given you a raise.
We would have had 12 people retweet it.
And somehow I would have been suspended from the NFL, which I don't even play for. Like, it'd be very weird. It's a preemptive suspension for
Hey,
me.
in case you missed it this week, The Roots joined Jhené Aiko and Big Sean for a killer performance of the song Moments on The Tonight Show. This was on Monday night. Her latest album, Trip, dropped 2 weeks ago. Here's a clip of the supergroup performance.
Answer me. Right now I need you here on me. No substitute, you the one and only. Please take away the stress I don't need. You got me on my knees, baby, James Brown, please. Time is ours, not for Barbara. Both got a past full of sorrow. Let's cancel everything tomorrow. I always get caught in the moment. With you, with you, with you, with you, with you, with you.
Man, it was mesmerizing. I just happened to catch this live, and I was like, whoa.
Dude.
I was mesmerized.
I know we talk about this about once a month on the show, but the Roots are everything, right? Like
They really are.
They are the coolest and the best.
So JD and I were at Art Basel last year in Miami. It's in early December, International Art Festival and stuff. And I was walking into one of the galleries on South Beach, and walking out was Jhené Aiko. And
Crazy.
And it was her and her little entourage, and they just kind of went by, and I froze. I got so starstruck.
Yeah.
And then JD was like, "What? What was who? What in the world?" And I'm like, "That was Jhené Aiko."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Why didn't you say anything?" And I'm like,
What do I say?
literally
What do you say
blanked.
to her?
I blanked. I don't know what to yell. I love you. And like she walks by. I don't know. Like, what do you do?
It's the coolest.
She's awesome.
She's awesome.
That performance she did with Drake on SNL a few seasons back.
Yeah.
Whew.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Yeah.
Every
All
time
right.
I've seen the Tonight Show live, I find myself not even looking at Jimmy, just watching the Roots to see how they're reacting. What do they think is funny? Because I think it's
Yeah.
funny too. You guys are the coolest.
Hey, in case you missed it, Cam Newton, apologized for his sexist comments this week and encouraged young fans to don't be like me, be better than me. That's a good line, though.
Going to be a great president.
It is, yeah.
He's kind of Charles Barkley in it, you know.
Well,
I'm not
the
a role
only
model.
thing is, I don't think you make a great president because here's my theory about presidents. Even if they say horrible, sexist things, they don't really apologize. Like that seems
that's
like
right.
what could possibly go wrong.
Yeah.
It's a sign of weakness.
So if you missed the story, in case you missed it during a press conference last week, he was asked by Charlotte Observer reporter Jordan Rodrigue about wide receiver routes. Newton then started laughing or chuckling to himself, saying he thought it was funny to hear a female talk about routes. He immediately faced a massive backlash for the comments and his dismissive attitude toward the journalists, including from his own sponsors. Days later, he released an apology video. Here's a clip.
I'm a man who tries to be a positive role model in my community and tries to use my platform to inspire others. And I take ownership to everything that comes with that. And what I did was extremely unacceptable. I'm a father to two beautiful daughters. And at their age, I try to instill in them that they can do and be anything that they want to be. And the fact that during this whole process, I've already lost sponsors and countless fans, I realized that the joke was really on me. And I've learned a valuable lesson from this. And to the young people who see this, I hope that you learn something from this as well.
I still don't understand why it was so funny to him. Like like we've seen other ones where I forget the dude from the Bills that was like, oh man, I scored. He scored in so many ways. You understand what I'm talking about there, if you know what I mean. Like, okay. Right. That's clearly you're a scumbag. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like, it's funny to hear girls talk about routes. Like, why is that?
Yeah. She's a professional NFL reporter.
Draw the line for me, bro. Like, I don't even see the scumbagness in that. Like, why? How is that funny to you?
What's crazy about his video, the video drew the attention of second grade Philadelphia Eagles fan Reese Emanuel, who posted her own video this week showing off her knowledge of wide receiver routes.
Oh, Reese.
And even included some good-natured smack talk. The video has just gone viral this week, and it actually landed her a TV interview with former Eagles quarterback Ron Jaworski. So, I mean, good for her.
Yeah.
So,
Reese.
Come on, ignorant Cam Newton. All right, in case you missed it this week, John Hamm will play the angel Gabriel in a new apocalyptic series. The Mad Men star has signed on to a new horror comedy series about spiritual beings on the hunt for someone who some believe is the Antichrist. Hamm will play the angel Gabriel in, it's called Good Omens, which is being adapted from a novel by Neil Gaiman and Terry Pratchett. Gaiman's work is having a bit of a moment, along with garnering a massive following for his horror and fantasy stories, many of which have heavy religious themes. The TV adaptation of his book, American God, has been critically acclaimed. The new series takes place in the near future when God is preparing for his final judgment of humanity, set to release in 2019. Jesse's heavy on the 2019 upcoming release beat when he's filling out, in case you missed it, if you haven't noticed.
I don't know why we would cover a show with an A-list Hollywood star portraying a Bible character. Why would our audience care to know?
No, but we could wait till people could go see it. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not going to sit on that. You think I'm going to sit on this news for 2 years? No.
Just like a little file of upcoming news that we'll get to. That's all I'm saying. Hey, lastly, in case you missed it, Father John Misty this week paid tribute to Tom Petty with a live performance of To Find a Friend. While performing in Phoenix, the singer-songwriter played a deep cut off of Petty's album Wildflowers. As you know, Tom Petty died at the age of 66 last week. Here's a clip.
And the days went by like paper in the wind. Everything changed and changed again. It's hard to find a friend. It's hard to find a friend.
There you go.
I'll also say,
big loss.
Yeah. Cool moment at the UF game. I was at
tell us about this. I saw you were having none of this on Twitter.
Yeah.
You were not happy
about what?
About what you were about to tell
LSU
people.
Band. Yeah. So listen, there's a lot of sports rivalries, and but LSU is the worst of the worst. And if you're listening,
worse than FSU.
Oh, yeah. I would take a Florida State, generally the team, because Florida State at least has some modicum of class.
This is a true story about LSU.
Yeah. Okay.
The last University of Florida game I went to was against LSU.
Yeah.
And LSU ended up winning on a field goal at the very end of the game. And it was such a horrific experience having to be berated by the LSU fans that traveled.
Yeah.
I haven't been back to a UF game since.
Let me tell you what LSU did, and specifically the LSU band.
Okay.
So at the end of the third quarter at UF, there's a thing called Boys of Old Florida. So the band plays this song called the Boys of Old Florida. Everybody goes arm in arm.
Hugs and sways
and sings this song.
Sounds terrible, dude.
Okay. But it's like a Gator tradition.
For real talk, that sounds very scary.
And the LSU band played louder and played over top of it so that nobody could do We Are the Boys of Old Florida. Okay.
I love it.
I get that. I'm actually like, okay, it was kind of a punk move, but I get what they're doing. Here's the problem.
But see, Tom Petty is from Gainesville.
Yes, he
Florida.
went to Gainesville High School.
Right. So he's played local guy, and there was a tribute there.
And they played at the University of Florida many times. So right after that, there's a Tom Petty tribute. And so what it was, they put pictures up on the screen, and they were doing Won't Back Down was the song.
Won't Back Down, hometown legend.
The words are up, and the whole stadium is singing this Tom Petty tribute.
Yeah.
There's a guy next to me. He's kind of crying. He's got a Tom Petty tour shirt on.
It's a big deal.
It's a big deal.
Yeah.
LSU band.
What'd they do?
Starts to play again on top of the Tom Petty tribute.
Come on.
That was the moment they turned classless.
The worst of the worst.
If you are listening or you go to LSU or you're a part of the band, the only thing you can do at this point is transfer credits and go to a decent school. Because
that's crazy that they did that, though.
Yeah, it was pretty trashy.
Honoring, that's a trashy move.
That being said, it was really, there were videos of it online. It was kind of like a sweet tribute.
Yeah. Until LSU ruined it.
Until LSU ruined it. And then they beat us fair and square, which also kind of hurt. But that's not a part of it.
Well, the only reason I agree that's a classless thing, but dude, they got a live tiger for a mascot. And I'm not going to, I think that's pretty rad. So,
yeah. I just wanted to be clear. I've talked about sports more on the show right now than a third of the sports podcast, but we're fine. I mean, he was basically silent during whatever we were talking about 2 things ago.
I missed the end of that game. I was watching it, and then I missed the fourth quarter because I went to the Magic preseason game because the season's starting back up.
You made the right choice.
And I know I did. And when I arrived at the game, because the Magic know me as the guy who yells at the refs all the time.
That's a well documented fact.
And when I arrived to the game, which is my first game.
Can I preface this because it makes your punchline even more interesting? So last year, someone would hand you just a daily roster, and it would say,
yeah. Well, they still do that. They bring me box scores throughout the game, and at the very top line of the box score is the refs' names for that game.
Right, and which is a nice little
because then I could yell. I don't be like, ref, bad call. I'd be like, Eric. And then Eric turns around.
I've sat there. It's really wonderful to watch.
It's really funny.
But
so then I come to my seat, and there is sitting on my seat a laminated sheet front and back of every current NBA referee's face and name and number, where I could just browse and get to know their faces, so I don't have to reference their jerseys as much.
It is really
front and back laminated. I turn around, I look at the Magic's PR staff. They're dying laughing because they're the ones who did it. But
and
hilarious.
And it is a complete it is giving them permission to you. Yeah. Hey, go for it.
Yeah.
Oh no, they totally did. They totally did. Actually, I mean, I've had players come up to me and thank me for what I do because they think it's hilarious how I yell at the other team and yell at the players or yell at the refs and stuff. So
some gave all, Cameron.
I'm like, they broke the fourth wall. Now it's all in. Now I can't. I mean, you told me that you enjoy. What I contribute.
I would bet this is the season where you get ejected.
No. I know why you get ejected. That almost happened last year with Dwight. That almost happened last year. Security got involved.
I know.
And I didn't go to the next Dwight game because he's the one guy that pushes that line.
Yeah.
But there is so the security guard was yelling at me, "You need to go read the NBA fan code of conduct." And I did. And I don't do anything that comes anywhere near getting ejected.
Wait, there's such a thing?
Yeah. It's online.
I'm telling you. I don't think you'll be kicked out forever, but I think that this is the year you get ejected.
I think if anything happened, it would be because I had a physical interaction with a player on the court. I entered the court of play somehow.
Right. You realize it
maybe by accident, maybe I'm running after a loose ball to kind of just whatever.
No.
But then I'm on the court of play and they kick me out.
Yeah. I something's gonna give.
Just now, this chill came over my body to think that that's gonna be the game that I'm at with you. And I don't know if you've noticed, but I'm black, and whenever there's interactions with officers in an environment and you're next to an unruly white guy, usually the person that loses in this scenario is not the unruly white guy.
Oh man.
Oh no.
Well, I'm friends with most of the security guys. They kind of think I'm funny too.
Okay, so take care of me.
That's
all I'm saying is just take care of me.
But up to now, the team had plausible deniability.
Right.
But now they've literally enabled this behavior.
One of the staffers, who shall remain nameless, told me that this year is the year I should sidle up to a timeout. They're like, you should they know I have this coach's clipboard, and they're like, you should bring it to a game, dress nice, and you really should just wander into a timeout this year.
No problem.
Yes, a Magic staffer told me that.
Now, I really want that to happen while I'm there.
If you just
please, Jesus, let that happen while I'm there.
But Prop taught us.
Somehow they still rough up Prop and throw him out like DJ Jazzy, like Uncle Phil and DJ Jazzy Jeff.
No, right. Prop taught us how to do it, right? It's if you walk into a place like you're supposed to be there, they'll just let you walk through. So that's how he gets into his concert venues and stuff. He just walks in because he's supposed to be there.
Just wear some sort of just get a bunch of concert lanyards,
right,
and just have them around your neck like you're supposed to be here.
Yeah.
One time I had a rain stick and I went to a taping of The Tonight Show and I dressed in a sweet black suit and a cool hat, and I joined the Roots that night because I looked like.
Oh my God!
You made the mistake of bringing a tuba, which was fairly noticeable that there were two tuba players.
Hey, did we get a second tuba player?
Because I thought it was just the one. No, okay.
I mean, he looks like he's supposed to be here, and then I just blow it as hard as
yeah. That'll do it for in case you missed it. Stay tuned. Up next. Slices.
It feels like forever. Is everybody feeling the same stuff? We're all wild, except for you. And you know who you are. This is a love song. And you're getting older. I promise you this, you're getting older. And there's improvements unless you're such a winner. That the future's a nightmare. And there's nothing I can do, nothing anyone can do about this.
You're listening to LCD Sound System. The song is Tonight from their album American Dream. At the beginning of the podcast, you heard Wolf Parade with You're Dreaming. Cry, cry, cry. If I was in a Wolf Parade, I'd cry, cry, cry.
Was this picked for Friday the 13th, Wolf Parade?
Yes, that's a good, I know, but that's great.
Yeah.
Yes,
Creepy.
now.
Yeah.
It'd be Werewolf Parade, wouldn't it?
I'd be pretty frightened with either parade scenario.
Hey, this week's Slices is brought to you by HelloFresh. HelloFresh is a meal kit delivery service that shops, plans, and delivers your favorite step-by-step recipes and pre-measured ingredients so you can just cook, eat, and enjoy. I use HelloFresh 3 times a week because that's how many meals you get in
I have
a
a
box.
question about them.
Yeah.
Have they started? Does their menu move seasonally? Like now, are we getting
Absolutely.
into autumnal sort of things?
Yeah, and you can go on the app and you can go like 2 months in advance and like select what you want each week because there's the 3 that they picked for you, but then you can make adjustments and you can get breakfast or you can swap things out.
So we're moving into like some sort of butternut squash
There's
soup.
lots of pumpkins going on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's nice.
No, it's actually really great.
No,
I love
believe it.
HelloFresh.
Yeah.
The cool thing about HelloFresh is that you don't actually have to spend all night in the kitchen either. The recipes take around 30 minutes, which is a sweet spot. There's lots of one-pot recipes for seriously speeding cooking and, of course, minimal cleanup. And then there's a 20-minute meal now on the menu every week for the night when you really don't have more time than that. So I like it.
We're actually pretty deep into talks with having them sponsor the Candy Talk episode.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think it's going to be pretty symbiotic.
HelloFresh candy?
It's just a box of candy that they'll send you.
Oh, okay.
I was like, how do you cook That's pretty amazing.
It just goes right in your mouth. It's really easy. Unwrap and devour.
Yeah. Right now, HelloFresh is offering Relevant Podcast listeners a special deal. For $30 off your first week of HelloFresh, visit HelloFresh.com and enter promo code RELEVANT30 to get $30 off. That's HelloFresh.com, RELEVANT30. You'll love it. Okay, it's time for Slices. What do you have, Jesse?
All right. Well, I know we're deep into this thing, but I have a 2 for today. I'm going to keep them both short, but I need to address both of these because they're both follow-ups and stories I care deeply about. The first one is a follow-up to last week's story about a pastor who has threatened to smash a pentagram that's going to be erected at a city park at Christmas time as a way that an atheistic Satanist is protesting the government allowing religious displays on public land. This story obviously fascinated me, but a listener in Boca Raton, Florida, where this took place, actually alerted me that this story is an ongoing one and that the same guy erected a giant metal pentagram in the same park last year as a protest. And there's an unsolved mystery involved here because while during the Christmas season, while it was up, someone chained it to the back of a car and yanked it out and dragged it around the park and drove off. And that person is still on the loose. He destroyed the pentagram.
Why are you bringing pentagram news every week?
Yeah, like you brought a twofer, and so basically it was just here's part 2 of a weird slice from last week, and then you're going to bring a whole other one.
No, just listen to me. Here's why.
Hold on. Let me guess. It's something about a pentagram movie coming out in 2019.
It's something about Outlaw Antihero, a spin-off podcast where I dig into this unsolved crime, and I have suspicion that Mark Boykin, the guy with the pastor with the sledgehammer, is behind this
from last week's show.
Week's show. So all I'm saying is we have a preview of something that a true crime investigation on what's actually that's going to put me on the front lines of the war on Christmas and the battle between good and evil. I'm sorry, I thought that was pretty darn interesting. That's
we were Jesse and I.
I'm sorry too.
A little inside baseball. Jesse and I were on a job interview with a candidate yesterday, and Jesse was asking her, podcasts that you listen to, things like that, and she's like, I gotta be honest, I listen to a lot of true crime ones, and so they were going back and forth about their passion for true crime podcasts, and I was like, I'm sitting there thinking, we like to put the faith angle on things. We like to do the uniquely
faith
God
crime.
is relevant to this, and so as they're talking, I was thinking, there's a space for a Christian true crime podcast. There's a lot of pastor scandals. We could do a true crime podcast about all the fallen pastors.
Oh, man.
But I think
there's a lot of material.
That's a lot.
But this is the entry point into the Christian true crime. What more interesting story do we have? It connects all the dots of these big themes going on, and there's a pastor wielding a sledgehammer at the bottom of it.
I was going to say, I'd totally listen to an anti-hero expose podcast of Jesse of exposing some of the most random, unnecessarily exposing things. Like that would be a great show.
Yeah.
I just want it to be called like Here You Go. And it's just whatever Jesse felt like doing for 45 minutes.
Well, it's most of what he does on Twitter. It's just a bunch of conspiracy theories and unfounded accusations.
I'm a Russian agent on Twitter.
Bunch of rants.
Anyhow.
What's your twofer? What's the second one?
Okay, so this is another one. Speaking of global conspiracies, you guys know my feelings about the dental industry, about big floss, about how we are being fooled by dentists that we have to go there all the time. Two, that a lot of dental hygiene is just unnecessary.
All right.
Okay. So Swiss economists, actually, they had the same impulse. They want to see, like, how honest is the dental industry? And I know what you're thinking. Well, this is in Switzerland. How does this apply? Because it's a global conspiracy. Get your head out of the sand, sheeple. Okay. What's happening there is indicative of what's happening in the dental industry all the world. Okay. So here's what they did. They sent a patient. First off, they had a patient that had flawless teeth, 0 cavities, like verifiable 0 cavities.
Right.
They sent him to 180 dentists. 180. That's a lot of dentist appointments.
In Sweden.
Wow.
In Switzerland.
In Switzerland. Okay.
Out of those 180 dentists, how many do you think recommended that he get one filling?
150.
Yeah.
50%.
27%, 50 out of 180. That's still shocking.
Yeah,
you have someone who verifiably has no fillings, and 50 dentists, professional dental experts, said that he needs to get a filling. What are they just going to drill a hole in a healthy tooth?
Yep.
Yeah, they did the math on it because they're economists. That would, the average cost of that was around like $500. So all I'm saying is there's a racket going on here, and I'm going to continue to dedicate some time on this podcast to blowing the lid off of it. Do I have a personal investment in the Candy Talk franchise? Does that pit me against the dental industry? Sure. The cards are on the table here. Okay. Full disclosure. I'm a Candy Talk guy. Okay.
Yeah.
But what we're seeing here is outrageous.
That is crazy.
It is crazy. And I haven't been, I'm not proud of this, but I haven't been to the dentist in years, and I don't seem to have any dental problems.
Pay for your dental insurance. Why not just show up? It's free.
Wait a minute. You have dental insurance and still don't go.
Hey, can I tell you what happened the last time I went to the dentist?
Yeah, please.
I went recently. And all this stuff is going through my head while I'm in there, by the way, that I'm falling into this web of lies. And then I got nervous. They know who I am. They know I'm one of these guys out there blowing the lid off this thing. So I promise you this happened. I promise this happened. I go through the waiting room and everything, and I am sent back to the room, and I am in the chair. And I guess the dentist is actually running late. That was his problem, because it gave me some time to reflect while sitting in the dentist chair, looking at all of the equipment. I literally got up and left. Did you really? I got up out of the chair. The lady at the front desk said, "What are you doing?" I said, "I need to leave." I know something wasn't right, is what I'm saying.
You're an anti-dentite.
My spidey senses were going off. Like, I think when I was sitting in the waiting room, I think I heard people in the back hall like whispering and like kind of pointing at me, like, "Hey, that guy, he's he's trying to bring down the dentist. He's the one who's going to talk about these studies in big floss." Something was up there, guys. Something wasn't right. I got out of there. To this day, I'm glad I won't know, because it probably haunt my nightmares. But that was my last trip to the dentist. It involved me getting up out of the chair and leaving. So, but people should know that fear is not founded. These Swiss economists found that the global conspiracy is so deep that even in the heart of Europe, that 50 dentists are going to drill holes in people's teeth that don't need them. That should be terrifying to you.
I am a trained counselor.
Right.
Like, I went to school for this.
I know.
I'm going to start seeing clients again soon. Like,
really?
I'm in this. Yes.
Good.
Jesse vexes me because at some point today, he's sitting down at the computer going like, "Okay, big relevant podcast day. Okay, I got to bring that too. Okay, I got to bring a twofer.
Right.
We got to bring that hot dentist scoop.
I got to talk about satanic statues.
Yeah, somebody drugged the pentagram.
I loaded up the show with news about 2019, 2020, and 2021 movies.
Yeah.
And now I got to go off.
I want people to get the full spectrum here.
Yeah. It's just it's undiagnosable and it's
incredible is what's happening.
Incredible. It's riveting.
But we all just sat kind of quietly and just listened to the whole Dennis thing. It was, fascinating.
It's fascinating to me to me that you guys are so brainwashed, people. That this isn't like that. You just accept the way that things are, and that's the problem with you, Eddie. Now it's my turn. Now it's my turn. It's people like you that perpetuate this global machine that that refuses to challenge paradigms.
I'm stuck in a rock and hard place because some of our best
the only
friends.
woke one on this whole thing.
Exactly. Some of our best friends are also my dentist. So my dentist is a really good friend, and I trust her.
Yeah.
But also, I am deeply invested in the success of the Candy Talk Network.
Right. Yeah.
Hashtag CTN.
Yeah.
So it's just hard to know where I stand with this, but
Right.
Anyhow, it's a hot beat, Jesse. Sorry, I
Okay, Eddie, what do you have?
Well, I got to bring a twofer. I'm lying. Why would I possibly do that? Here is one slice. Okay. Have any of you seen Chandler? I feel like this is going to be your answer. Have you seen Rick and Morty?
I love it. Absolutely.
Okay, perfect. I literally, Jesse, how did we know?
Jesse loves it.
Jesse and I talked about it beforehand. I was trying to find somebody that likes Rick and Morty. Can you explain to me that show? I've never seen it. So what's the show about? And also, what's the deal with this McDonald's Szechuan sauce?
Okay, so Rick and Morty is the show is about a mad scientist and his grandson who go on these like adventures in other dimensions. And it's incredibly bizarre. Makes no sense whatsoever. One of the episodes they talk about Szechuan sauce because it was like, I guess it was released right after Milan came out.
Yes.
And
a problematic McDonald's sauce.
Right. It was released for a limited time. They talked about it on Rick and Morty.
So pause.
About going back
McDonald's
in time.
Actually released this.
It's
just sweet and sour sauce.
That's exactly right. It was released to McDonald's, and so they talk about it on Rick and Morty.
Right, and anything that they mention on an episode of Rick and Morty becomes like a thing.
But the context that they mentioned it in, is like the crux of this big adventure that ends up being a time, like the motivation was to go back in time just to get this sauce.
Right. That was the whole point of the episode. And so I guess McDonald's recently re-released it or something like that.
Okay,
like
so here's the deal. So McDonald's gets word of this because they're pretty much starving for some sort of millennial attention.
That's right.
And they also do a vegan... they do a vegan sandwich now. I almost made that as my slice.
Oh, really?
But McDonald's has a vegan sandwich.
Hey, you can go back to McDonald's.
Anyway, go on.
I'm back. So apparently, because of this episode and because of this, is it a one-time joke that they made, or has it been
only one episode?
Wow. Yeah. So this one episode sparked McDonald's to make more of this sauce and like send it to the creator or a fan.
Well, what happened was apparently some people still had some.
I literally
from 15 years ago.
No way.
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't go bad. Why wouldn't you? It's in a drawer. Throw it in a drawer.
And they sold it on eBay or something, and then McDonald's was like, we'll just re-release a limited amount. I guess, they sent it to the creators and then sold some as well.
Which is where things went south. So McDonald's set up this little website where this limited edition Szechuan sauce is going to be released. And
on the current McDonald's menu, what are you putting that on?
I believe it's a dipping sauce for nuggets.
Yeah. Nuggets.
It's a nugget dipping sauce. It's like a sweet and sour sauce. Exactly right.
Okay.
But people went nuts, and so McDonald's decides, we understand the youth, and they're going to play along, right? So they sent it to a bunch of McDonald's. They said it where it was going to be, but they didn't really understand what it's like when people get onto these things. And so if you were guessing how many people would show up to, say, a middle of Orlando McDonald's that are Rick and Morty fans to get this Szechuan sauce?
Like there's one McDonald's in Orlando that has it. Yeah. And somehow online I find out what the location is.
And so you get a Szechuan sauce, you get a little poster that says Rick and Morty with McDonald's or something.
Oh, okay.
It's like a little
me
fan.
and 50 insiders.
Hundreds.
Over 1,000 people.
Yeah.
Wow.
Came out to different McDonald's, and here were some of the tweets. Drove 4 hours at 6 a.m. No sauce, wouldn't even give us a poster. Another complained, McDonald's, you suck. Only 10 posters and 20 packets to a store. And So apparently McDonald's had agreed to a really, really limited release of this Szechuan sauce, but it went super south when I guess Rick and Morty fans showed up in bulk to get this Szechuan sauce, and now everybody's upset at McDonald's, and now we're back to...
It's a good problem, though.
We're back to the beginning. So McDonald's says that they promise they are going to make it up, and it just feels like they're pretty close to re-releasing this sauce because of it.
Because it was mentioned one time in a Rick and Morty episode.
That's crazy.
And apparently the fans are really intense.
I kind of feel like Rick and Morty is, though, is like they'll say one thing in one episode and it becomes like a cult. Like
yeah. So I feel like I'm going to start watching Rick and Morty because it seems pretty funny. And to the Rick and Morty fans that are outraged, we hear you.
Yeah,
we
good
see
for you.
Thanks for caring about the important stuff.
You know, that was the second time this week that a brand had an awkward encounter with like a cool television show. You know the other one.
What?
The auto glass company Safelite.
How in the world did SNL? Did you see this?
I did not.
So SNL does a take up on the Safelite.
Safelite repair. Safelite replace.
They do a send up of their commercial, except it turns out that in the SNL version, the Safelite repair guy is actually like a real skeezy guy that's trying to like pick up on this.
He's breaking windshields on purpose.
Yeah, he's breaking the windshield so that he can like chat with this high school girl.
Oh, no.
And it's just like a really awful, gross, hilarious, you know? But you gotta wonder, like, they used all the branding. They used all the music. Did they just get sued, or does Safelite go like, okay, we'd rather have...
Did you see what happened from there?
No. Tell me.
Safelite, because the other thing is, and just to expound on your description, if people don't want to go watch it, it looks just like a Safelite commercial.
It's like perfect.
Everything about it. Their logos everywhere. And so,
they
but
use the
obviously
real song?
Yeah, they used the real song, the real uniform. They even made the guy, Beck Bennett, who was in the sketch, they even made him look like a guy who's in like the Safelite commercial. Like he's bald. And anyway, so Safelite, after it aired, took to Twitter to say, at NBC SNL, "Thanks for the skit. Although we can take a joke, this one was a step too far. Our techs are heroes. Hashtag not cool." After that, someone hit them up on Twitter and asked straight up, "Was there a Safelite sex scandal that I missed?" Safelite had to reply to that person, no, we don't know where SNL got the inspiration for this. Safelite, they could have just ignored it, and like people would have just thought it was just
away.
But now they're out there like decrying this sketch. Like, just a note to brands, just let it. Even McDonald's, like, what you've done is you've created a problem. Instead, you saw an opportunity to create a problem. Same thing with Safelite. Just let it go away. I never would have assumed. I would have assumed that the joke is that it's so absurd that a Safelite tech would be a skis ball.
Right.
Like, I actually think it's probably good exposure for your brand. But it's a backfire on them as well.
All right, what do you have, Prop?
So I got one like this. There's a social construct that you guys may or may not be aware of, but it's called Black Twitter.
Oh yes,
and it's not so much like, you guys are aware of Black Twitter?
Yeah.
As you should be. Okay, you're professionals. So actually, we mentioned this sister earlier. So Jeanette Aiko, right? Mm-hmm. Who performed on Tonight Show's Phenomenal Form. She brought out Big Sean. Well, you know, they're kind of like the new sort of hot ticket, right? You know, they've been dating for a while. But Black Twitter kind of lost their mind because yesterday she went ahead and got a tattoo of him, not his name, but his face. Right? So she got his face tattooed on her arm, and we all
on her arm
lost it on her arm. Yeah,
I don't care how in love they are. I mean, come on.
Exactly. So we all know the history of, like, you know, when you get an ex's like name on your arm,
right?
And you got to figure out like how to, you know, finesse that into something else, right? So, or just like cross it out and write another name. Like, I don't know what you're gonna do. I don't know how you're gonna finesse a face, right? So his face is on there, so we all lose it, right? So everybody's like, "Oh, honey, sweetheart, baby, what is you doing, love?" Right? We all know Amber Rose has a massive Wiz Khalifa tattooed on her.
No regrets.
Right? No regrets. No regrets, right? A massive Wiz Khalifa on her. Saphir, Nicki Minaj's old dude. He has multiple Nicki Minaj's on his body, right? And just how do you fix a face, right? So it went me down an amazing rabbit trail of trying to find celebrities who have other celebrities tattooed on them.
That is incredible.
And just like which one of these could I connect the dots with to kind of make sense, and which one of these are just utterly ridiculous? What's wrong with you? You have too much money. Y'all need to talk to Eddie to get some real counseling because this is ridiculous, right? So there's something that makes sense. You got like Rob Kardashian got his dad tattooed on him, a face of his dad. That kind of makes sense. Snoop has Nate Dogg, a portrait of Nate on him. That kind of makes sense. I could give you that.
Timeless.
Right? Yeah. But then it starts getting like, okay, these are cultural icons. I don't think I would do it, but I get it, right?
I have a question about Nate Dogg. Did he get Nate Dogg when Nate Dogg passed away, or did he get Nate Dogg when Regulators went gold?
No. After he passed away.
Okay.
Like after
so
Nate died.
It's a memorial.
So I'll give you that. But then you got like Odell Beckham. He's got like a Michael Jackson tattoo. I'm not going to argue over that. Okay, so you got Megan Fox. She's got a Marilyn Monroe. I'm not going to argue that. Right.
These are memorials. These are like all time people who passed away.
Wale has a Tupac and Big. I get it.
Okay,
they're rappers.
Right. Sure,
right. Then it goes to the stratosphere of, okay, you're trying way too hard. Right. And it is the one and only king of trying too hard, Drake. Right.
Wow.
So he's got a tattoo of Lil Wayne, like his face.
Now we're falling.
Okay, and the newest one is a tattoo of Denzel Washington.
What?
Draw the line for me.
Wait. But Prop, the weirdest thing in the Drake tattoo sphere is Drake's dad, Papa Drake, just got a giant Drake tattoo.
Yeah,
he got Drake's dad got a tattoo of Drake. He's still alive. Like, you can't do that.
Earth?
That's super weird. If your own family member gets your face tattooed on your body and you're still alive, that's awkward no matter what.
There's no words. Stunned silence in this room. I'm like, what do you do with that?
But imagine showing up to Thanksgiving right now, and Cameron, you see your dad at the end of the table, and he's like, "Hey, how you doing, son?" And he moves a little. And he's like, "Dad, is that a photorealistic portrait of my face on your arm?" Like huge. Like
that'd be hilarious. That'd be hilarious.
Like I get this. I get like celebrities like are in their own thing. They can do whatever they want. I don't care who he tattoos. It's weird that his dad would tattoo his face on him and he's still alive. That just seems awkward to me.
Until today, I had really regretted my Calvin Kearley tattoo.
Right,
but now he's back.
And
it feels totally great.
It worked.
Still regret the Chad one though.
All right, that'll do it for Slices. Stay tuned. Up next, Kristene DiMarco joins us.
I can't move to the song. I always move it wrong. I should be gone. I should be running along. No, I got work in the morning. Think I ate something with poison. I'm hearing voices. I chip my front tooth. I am telling the truth. I'm not making excuses. I know it's alarming. I think I've come down with something. These are not bruises. I'm not telling lies. I might die. I'm not making excuses.
You're listening to Mr. Heavenly. That was my high school nickname. The song is Making Excuses.
Whoa.
Hi-yo.
Just suck the air out of the room with that one.
Sound.
That sucked the air out of the room as much as Denzel's tattoo on Drake. That's crazy. What, you picturing me with the nickname Mr. Heavenly?
Yeah.
It's just, you can't fathom it.
Hey, can
it's
I actually,
a big tattoo. I have it shoulder to shoulder.
Can I interrupt the flow for a second? I just got a text from Dana Carey wanting to know why there's a big pentagram chained onto their car. Might anyone have any information about what happened?
Here's the real story. It's hard to find a good true crime plot. I may have committed a true crime, and I'm going to cover it in a riveting podcast. Like that's the thing about these true crime stuff. The stories are very difficult to find.
I just need you to tell me what to tell Dana. I'm in it with you, buddy. I just don't know what to say to her.
Tell her to switch to the burner phone and never text about this again. She'll know what that means.
She'll know what it means.
A code orange. She'll know.
She already knows where the burner is.
Oh, yeah, she's on her way.
Worship artist Kristene DiMarco just released her new album, Where His Light Was. It features her incredible vocal talents and songwriting and focuses on an intimate personal relationship with God. DiMarco is part of the Bethel Music Collective and leads worship at Redding's Bethel Church. Kristene recently walked us through the album and talked about the experiences that inspired some of the standout tracks. Here is Kristene DiMarco.
Where did the idea for Fear Not come from?
Well, actually, it was. I think it was about 4 years ago, and I'm going through like a minor writer's block. It wasn't anything major, but I was just frustrated. You know, when you're an artist and when you're a creative and you feel stuck or stopped up, it's the worst. And I sat down at my piano, and I'm like almost banging on the keys, and I'm crying, and I was just like, God, like, if you could say anything, like anything to people, you know, if you could say anything, like what would you say? Like still today, like what would you say? And it was one of those moments where you're really not expecting an answer. You're just like, I just need to get frustration out. And I just felt so strongly and say, I'd say fear not. If I could say it any louder, I would. almost with a slight sense of humor, you know. And I went back into the Bible, and I looked up online as well, and just realized that there's about 365 times in the Bible we're told not to be afraid, and it's because that there's so many reasons to be afraid. There's so many reasons we can look at right in front of us and just choose fear over faith or choose fear over love. And just the fact that God still today, like he would still say, fear not. If I could say it any louder, I would. Like I would shout it from the rooftops. Because it says perfect love casts out all fear. So when Jesus is present and his perfect love is present, there's no room for fear, you know, and I believe that fear keeps us from actually seeing who God really is and seeing how near he actually is.
Let me show you what I see. You can't dream too big for me. So get up, get on your way. We've got things to do today. Fear not. If I could say it any louder, I would. Fear not. If I could say it any louder, I would.
When you read in the Bible, like in Joshua, where it says, fear not, but be strong and courageous, on the album, it's followed by Take Courage, which I know is the big single. So
yeah,
maybe tell me a little bit about that song.
This song's really close to my heart. It feels as if it's, for me personally, was kind of this wrap up of a 10-year season with the Lord. You know, we were constantly growing and moving forward, but it felt almost like a period on the end of a sentence. And I talk about it as if it's like I had to have the beginning, the middle, and the end of a story in order to write the whole song. And I think there's not a human being that I've ever talked to on earth that isn't waiting for something. And whether sometimes it's extremely difficult to be waiting for a specific thing, like a child or a spouse, or it's just simple, like it's something more simple like finances or you know, if I hope that makes sense. But there's not a human being that I haven't talked to that isn't waiting for something, a promise that God gave them. And so when I sat down to write the song, I had already had the chorus, which was take courage, my heart, stay steadfast, my soul, he's in the waiting. I had that part, which came out actually of just a spontaneous worship moment. and I heard the phrase. I read a lot of C.S. Lewis, but I heard the phrase "courage, dear heart" pop into my head when I was leading worship, and from Aslan says it to Lucy in the Chronicles of Narnia, and I started singing out, "Take courage, my heart, stay steadfast, my soul," and without even thinking about it first, I said, "He's in the waiting," and just sang it. He's in the waiting, and then I thought about it. I said, "Is this accurate? Like, should I be singing this?" And the whole room, it was at the school of ministry in Reading, the whole room grabbed onto that statement. And you could just tell that something shifted and something happened in the room at that moment, that it's like we're all looking for more courage to hang on to our hope. And so when I sat down to finish writing the rest of the song, I sat with Jeremy Riddle, and I just told him, I'm like, I want to give language for people to not give up. Like, what if your promise fulfilled is tomorrow? Just keep going, and don't start coping with the way things are. Hope in the promises of God.
So take courage, my heart. Stay steadfast, my soul. He's in the waiting. He's in the waiting. And hold on to your hope. Watch your triumph unfold. He's never failing. He's never failing. So take courage.
Well, let's end on another really hopeful proclamation. Can you tell me about "Hope is Alive"?
That song came from a spontaneous moment as well during worship, and I remember leading on a Sunday morning, and I started singing out, "Hope is alive today, because He is alive today. The stone is rolled away, and He came out of the grave." And I just started singing it, and then while I was singing that, I felt this. I felt just the power of the resurrection of Jesus Christ, like just this thing that we read about, and it's our hope, It says, in our famous verse, John 3:16, "For God so loved the world that He gave His only begotten Son, that whosoever would believe in Him shall not perish but have eternal life." That's like the gift of God through Jesus Christ, eternal life. That thing, the death that no man could escape before that time. Jesus came and He died and He rose from the dead, and our hope is alive. I think I just wanted a song to convey that we will live forever. And I remember being in some of the darkest days that I've experienced, and realizing that there wasn't just a death of the body, like that my spirit and my soul could actually die apart from the Lord. And I just wanted somehow to convey that in a song and keep it simple enough so that people could sing it on a Sunday.
Hope is alive today. He is alive today. The stone is rolled away. Death defeated in its grave. Our hope is alive today. He is alive today. No matter what we face, we overcome in Jesus' name. Our hope is
That was Kristene DiMarco. Make sure to check out her new album, Where His Light Was. It's out now. You're listening to Destroyer. The song is Tinseltown Swimming in Blood. Tinseltown Swimming in Blood. Yeah. There you go. Good outro from Kristene DiMarco there. I got the flow down.
It's like, I didn't specifically ask you not to play that in conjunction with my interview.
Right.
But like, just common sense.
Common sense. Yeah. Well, it's talking about Revelation. It's talking about the apocalypse.
Yeah. Well, we're fine.
Yeah. the blood moon and stuff like that.
Yeah, you learned about that in science.
Right. I did. This week's episode is also brought to you by ZipRecruiter. If you own a business or are hiring, do you know where to post your job to find the best candidates? With ZipRecruiter, you can post your job to 100 plus job sites with just one click. Then their powerful technology efficiently matches the right people to your job better than anyone else. And because, like other job sites, ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you, it finds them. In fact, 80% of employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site within 1 day. And I can vouch for this. We've used ZipRecruiter, and I was surprised at the volume and quality of the candidates that came back.
Yeah, I've heard it's like really good.
Yeah, it's legit.
Yeah.
It's legit.
Yeah.
Find out today why ZipRecruiter has been used by businesses of all sizes to find the most qualified job candidates with immediate results. And right now, Relevant Podcast listeners can post jobs on ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/relevant. That's ZipRecruiter.com/relevant. One more time. To try it for free, go to ZipRecruiter.com/relevant. Well, like we told you at the beginning of the show, next week, we are launching our newest show on the Relevant Podcast Network. It's called Relevant is Doing a Sports Podcast. Sam Acho is a linebacker for the Chicago Bears, and Steve Carter is a pastor at Chicago's Willow Creek. On the brand new podcast from RPN, they join Jesse for discussions about the intersections of faith, sports, culture, and social issues, and every once in a while, vintage NBA jerseys.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and you can't not talk about that.
Right. You can head over to Apple Podcasts now and subscribe, or wherever you choose to download your podcast, and get the first episode. It drops next week. Here is a preview of Relevant is Doing a Sports Podcast.
There's a moment kind of happening now in sports that, Greg Popovich, I feel like, is helping putting words to that we've seen across, obviously recently with the NFL national anthem protest and different athletes kind of, we saw it a few years ago after several different police shootings where teams, I know the at the time the Miami Heat came out in support of the victims and their families. And it seems like what Popovich here is putting words to some of that.
It's hard to sit down and decide that, yes, it's like you're at the 50 meter mark in a 100-meter dash. And you got that kind of a lead. Yes, because you were born white, you have advantages that are systemically, culturally, psychologically there. And they have been built up and cemented for hundreds of years. But many people can't look at it. It's too difficult. It can't be something that is on their plate on a daily basis. People want to hold their position. People want the status quo. People don't want to give that up. And until it's given up, it's not going to be fixed.
Sam, let me ask you, man, I know I saw that, like I said, you tweeted this. What to you kind of jumped out about what Greg Popovich said in response to the question about kind of the state of some things happening right now in the country?
He hit the nail on the head. He hit the nail on the head for a number of reasons. One, because he's saying what's true, number one. But number two, to actually be a white male saying these things and acknowledging the fact that there is that white privilege does exist, right? I mean, I have a bunch of teammates. Obviously, I play on a team, in the NFL, 80% of the guys are African American. 80% of the guys are black. Like in my locker room, in my field, it's an interesting place to be in. I mean, even look at Jerry Jones' recent comments, right? He's talking about any player that disrespects the flag has no room on our team, and if they take a knee in the anthem, then they'll be benched, right? Well, 2 weeks ago, Jerry Jones was taking a knee, I get hypothetically before the anthem or whatever with his players, number one. But number two, I think people are talking about disrespecting the flag. Well, if you actually go back and watch Colin Kaepernick's first interview that he did when people first saw he started sitting down for the anthem, he consistently said over and over again, this has nothing to do with the flag or the military. I have the utmost respect for people in our military. Right. So I'm not disrespecting our military members. I have friends and family who've served in the military. So it has nothing to do with our military. I respect them.
As a matter of fact, the reason that he took a knee instead of sitting down, when he first started over a year ago, he was sitting down for the anthem. Well, we met with a guy named Nate Boyer, who I know, who's a Green Beret. He actually played football at Texas as well. He's a friend of mine. And Nate went, and he's a friend of mine and a 49ers fan. So we saw what was going on. He talked with Cap, and he said, "Here, what's the middle ground?" And Nate kind of said, "Hey, take a knee instead of sitting down," right?
And especially as Christians, our loyalty should be second to none from a kingdom that doesn't have borders and doesn't have a flag, and that is, that is inclusive. Like, we believe that as Christians, we want people to be a part of this kingdom, and not, so getting offended over, what are at the end of the day, like, man-made symbols, when real injustices need to be addressed, is deeply problematic. And I think a starting point for that is what Popovich was saying, is acknowledging first and foremost, even if it's uncomfortable for people, that biases and, white privilege and systemic issues exist so that they can be addressed. And I think part of what the protests have done is made a lot of people think about that, because there is a lot of ignorance out there. I mean, even what like Mike Ditka said this week, where he doesn't think like oppression existed in like the last 100 years. Like, a lot of people need to be woken up to that, even if it's uncomfortable, because in order to be addressed, it has to be acknowledged.
I totally agree, Jess. I think that there's been something with the idea or the myth of safety and comfort. And what's hard is, I feel like the way, like Sam was saying, the way that this conversation began had all of the potential to open up a dialogue, but it became about so many different things than what it first was intended to be about. And I love this quote. It was this rabbi, this Lithuanian rabbi, and his name's Israel Salander, and he always says, you're a rabbi only when your people decide that they want to run you out of town. So like when you want to run someone out of town because they have just frustrated you or pushed you out of your comfort zone, then they're your rabbi. And I think when you read the Gospels, you look at Jesus, he provoked, he compelled, he inspired, he allowed people to have kind of these incredible conversations. And some people didn't want to have them, and some people did, and it transformed them. That's what I get excited about with this, is how do we lean in and have the right conversation in a peaceful way, in an honest and human way, and not politicize it, not make it something that it was never meant to be, but get to the root issue. And I think Sam was addressing it beautifully.
Well, finally, guys, for our last topic of the Pick Six, this is one that I'm particularly passionate about, and I feel like we need to address. It's that I just saw moments. This is a last-minute ad to our rundown, by the way, so I'm kind of hitting you guys with a surprise here. But I saw moments before we started recording that Sylvester Stallone himself has announced that he is going to be directing Creed 2, which is now which is going to be fast tracked for productions. He put out a picture on Instagram, okay? And in this picture, which it looks like, okay, here's what I loved about the picture. It looks like he didn't do this with the studio's permission. It looks like he hastily photoshopped a picture of Michael B. Jordan staring into the eyes of Dolph Lundgren, who played Ivan Drago. So, it's terribly photoshopped. So imagine Michael B. Jordan in a modern high-def picture staring at a 70s Dolph Lundgren in the eyes, and lurking in the background, in the shadows of this Instagram picture, is modern-day Sylvester Stallone in his cool hat, just peering at the two. And the caption said, again, it doesn't make any sense, but it doesn't need to. He just wants to get people stoked, and it totally works. He says, here's a chance to stretch your imagination. History will always repeat itself in one form of another. Just got to be ready. Sins of the Father. He just strung together awesome sounding sentences. History will always repeat itself. Sins of the Father. Stretch your imagination. They're in no way connected. We can only assume that Ivan Drago was like frozen in time, and he's going back to fight like a 30-year-old Michael B. Jordan in this film. I'm assuming maybe it's Ivan Drago's son versus Apollo Creed. I don't care. I'm just glad Stallone is getting his vision on film and that this is happening.
I'm a huge fan of Creed. I'm not going to lie. I saw Creed.
So good.
And I'm a huge fan of Creed. And obviously the Rocky steps are there, a history behind it. And obviously there have been tons of great movies. But Creed 2, I mean, I'm not really sure. And then you got Sylvester Stallone, producing, directing. I don't know how this is going to go.
I wasn't in at all until you just did like a 90-second pitch, Jesse. I now want to see it. That Instagram feed, the sins of the father. Come on, legacy right there.
Sins of the father.
I have no idea what to expect when I'm in.
That's what I'm saying. It doesn't have to make sense. Creed was awesome.
How many shirtless Vladimir Putins are like kind of moments are there in this movie?
Well, look at the poster. It's Ivan Drago, who do you guys remember Rocky 3? Like in the movie where Rocky fights Ivan Drago, Rocky goes out and his workout is pushing rocks around in a wheelbarrow at an old snowy cabin. That's his workout. He does it for like 3 months and suddenly he's like in great boxing shape. He doesn't have a gym. He doesn't have modern equipment. Ivan Drago is like working out basically in a spaceship, like getting injected by Russian scientists with performance enhancing drugs. Like this is Stallone's just leaning into the metaphor and taking it into like an absurd place. And like I said, I don't fault the guy. Let him do what he wants, and I'm definitely going to see it.
That was Sam Acho, Steve Carter, and Jesse Carey.
Jesse, congratulations. Well done, buddy.
Well done, dude.
Thank you.
Stay
Pretty
tuned.
funny, man.
Next up, your feedback.
I wanna be alive. I wanna be alive. Here in the moment, here in the sun, there's only life. I wanna be alive. I wanna be alive. Here in the darkness, under the stars, there's only life.
As the spiritual center of a great university, Duke Divinity School attracts students from across the nation and around the world. You'll find a vibrant community of students and faculty engaged in rigorous scholarship and deep formation for the good of the church, academy, and the world. The application for fall 2018 acceptance is live now at divinity.duke.edu. Use discount code DukeRelevant and apply today. That's one word, Duke Relevant. Community, scholarship, church. Duke Divinity School.
Listening to Hawaii. It's not Hawaii. It's only one I on the end, so I think it's Hawaii, but it's all caps. Hawaii. The song is Alive.
Did they drop the apostrophe?
I don't know. They dropped an entire letter. I think it's just Hawaii.
The letter's gone.
Hawaii
gone. Just fell off the edge. All right, it's time for your feedback. Last week, we asked you, Halloween's coming up. We didn't even look at the calendar to realize that this week's episode would be on Friday the 13th. But Halloween's coming up, and we asked you for your most clever Halloween costume ideas. You guys went over to the podcast episode page at relevantmagazine.com. You also hit us up on Twitter at Relevant Podcast. Here's a few of our favorites.
Jesse, I feel like you get to do the first one.
I knew you were going to say that.
Yeah, go for it, pal.
Jessica said, "I'd like to see Chop and Steel Halloween costume duo, complete with sticks, tire cinder blocks, and tiny Easter basket." Jessica, that is a fantastic idea. All you need is Zubaz and like a do-rag and a very, very tight tank top. So it's a cheap one to put together.
I would I would fly to Virginia to be Steel with you, Jesse.
Dude, he will be Steel to your Chop.
That is actually amazing.
That's
totally
friendship. That is beautiful.
Greater love have no man than this.
Yes.
Did you read that one of the listeners, Natasha Da Silva, actually goes to this Church of All Nations?
No.
Yes. Yeah, she said,
please read it.
No joke, Church of All Nations is actually my home church. I laughed so hard I choked on my drink listening to the slices. The best part of this story is that the display it was erected last year, and one morning the statue was knocked over with tire tracks on the grass leading up to it. No one knows who did it. I think we have our suspicions. But
thank you. It's going to be the subject of a true crime.
Jesse, you got to chat with Natasha about
You really nailed that one. You nailed that, Jesse.
A true... No! Foiled again.
That was me seeing Janae Aiko at Basil. That was me right there.
That's what happens. I mean, you get so excited about something. Sometimes fate aligns so perfectly that your mind can't even process. Natasha, you will be contacted from a burner phone.
She put a link in everything, man.
If I'm going to do a true crime podcast, I'm going to do it the right way. And that's all under the radar because I may or may not have committed this crime just for good material. So, hey, speaking of which, you guys are throwing shade at look at all this feedback that's rolling in about it. This Brad had a costume idea that's specifically for the pastor in Florida dealing with the atheistic Satanists. Instead of taking a sledgehammer to the pentagram and potentially fatally wounding Jesse, he should do a live nativity on Halloween. That's a great idea. You're building bridges, Brad. I like that.
Well, Jesse, say what we will about your two for slice. You are on the pulse of the people, and I got to respect that.
That's right. Man of the people,
I guess.
Cindy said that someone should dress up as John Mark McMillan and hand out sloppy, wet Hershey's Kisses to trick-or-treaters.
Oh, that's good. Like partially melted Hershey's Kisses.
But wait, someone else dresses up as David Crowder, hides in the bushes, throw the Hershey Kisses at people when they least expect it. They're unforeseen kisses.
Oh, unforeseen kisses.
Wow.
I wanted desperately for the segment to end without that one, but we did it.
I like the unforeseen kisses. That's good. All right. Well, that'll do it for your feedback. It's time for this week's
editorial question of the week. Hey.
Well, earlier in the show, we were talking about Drake's wonderful decision to get Denzel and other people tattooed onto his body.
Really wild.
And it got us thinking about tattoos. So we want to know for this week's question of the week, the worst tattoo you've ever seen. Mm-hmm. And bonus points is if it's on your body.
No, but you really have to have seen this thing. I want to hear.
Don't make out something crazy.
Yo, and like double bonus points if it's a total stranger walking by and you get the picture of it.
Yeah.
Do what you got to do.
That's 1 trillion points.
Send the pic. But we also want to know like if there's any tattoos you've gotten that you regret.
We will
send a pic of that too.
Yeah, we will be, if you know the show, we will be very respectful of your story and your and your mistake.
All right, hit us up on Twitter at Relevant Podcast, or you can post yours at on the podcast episode page at relevantmagazine.com. Well, many thanks to this week's sponsors for making the episode possible. Remember, with HelloFresh, you can get $30 off your first week of deliveries by going to HelloFresh.com and entering code Relevant30 when you subscribe. It's delicious. Also, thanks to ZipRecruiter. You can go to ZipRecruiter.com/relevant now to try it for free. Post your jobs to over 100 job sites. It works. Thank you to our guest for joining us, Kristene DiMarco. You can follow her on Twitter at Kristene Eliza. Kristene Eliza. Interesting. So now we know her middle name.
She must have got on Twitter, the Twitter thing early.
Or maybe that's her maiden name.
Yeah.
Her album, Where His Light Was, is out now. Also, make sure to head over to wherever you subscribe to podcasts and grab the first episode or subscribe to Relevant is doing a sports podcast. You will not regret it unless you hate sports and or humor.
I think even if you don't like sports, you're going to like this.
Well, hey, Shauna Nequist said it's riveting.
Right.
That's what she said.
It's riveting.
Yeah. Now, she hadn't heard it.
No.
But she had an idea that it could be riveting.
The concept
I'm sure she thinks it is.
She thought it was riveting that Relevant was willing to take such a wild chance on this thing.
Also available on Laserdisc. So pick it up wherever you Laserdiscs are sold.
Hey, while you're also online, go over to relevantmagazine.com and get the new issue of the magazine. It's out now. If you don't want to go online, it's available. It's featured in the front of every magazine section at Barnes & Nobles across the country. It's the last, kind of nearing the end of the Father John Misty issue. So the new one went to the printer, and you won't be disappointed with the next issue. It's going to be fun. So you can subscribe today. There's a special offer right now available at relevantmagazine.com if you want to subscribe. All right. On that note, we'll wrap it up. I'm Cameron Strang.
October 27th.
I'm Chandler String.
That's Candy Talk.
Oh my
I just want
goodness.
people to get excited.
Oh my
I'm
goodness.
Eddie Koffel.
You just jammed a plug in there.
That was phenomenal.
I'm Eddie
I am
Koffel.
learning that one. New mixtape.
Yeah, new mixtape. Yeah, wait, what?
Yeah.
Well, it's a thing that no one wants, so we got to really promote it.
I was going to do a true crime podcast plug, but thanks for ruining that, Eddie. I'm Jesse Carey.
Propaganda.
All right, we'll see you guys next week.
Thank you for listening to the Relevant Podcast. If you like what you heard, be sure to leave us a review on iTunes. Check out other shows from the Relevant Podcast Network in the podcast section at relevantmagazine.com. And while you're there, browse exclusive podcast merchandise at our online store. Make sure to subscribe to Relevant Magazine. Info is available at relevantmagazine.com/subscribe.
Just a love that's well designed for passing a test of time. I'm here to tell you, I'm here to stay. Every hour, every day, every heartbeat bears your name. Loud and clear, they state my claim. Ask anyone and they'll tell you it's true. And every heartbeat belongs to you. Every heartbeat bears your name. Loud and clear, they state my claim.
Thank you. It's going to be the subject of a true crime.